If anyone just wants to get started now, feel free just to hop into child's pose, just dropping the bum to the heels, taking a bit of a stretch forward, reaching the hands as far forward as you can. Do apologise if I sound a little bit nasally. I'm feeling like I might be having something come on. Hopefully not, but just taking a big stretch here. You can start to take some breaths in and out, inhaling deeply, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just reaching the hands as far forward as you can. Think about dropping the bum towards the heels, so we're stretching out through that spine. We'll just hold for another 10 seconds or so here. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lifting up onto the hands and knees, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, hip distance apart. Happy cat, angry cat. Drop the tummy down, then round through the spine, look to the knees. Beautiful. Sorry, I'm just going to let someone else into the room. Beautiful. So round through the spine, then drop the tummy down, looking to the sky. Beautiful. Hey Karen, how are you? I'm in my bus. Yes, she's coming along. We're getting there. Hey Jane. Thank you. So we're just in Happy Cat, Angry Cat at the moment. So feel free to drop into that. If anyone has anything to let me know, please do. But if not, I'll just pop you guys on mute so I can stay the main screen for you. So dropping that tummy down towards the mat, looking up to the sky, and around through the spine, looking to the knees. And for another 5 or 6 here. So let's do 2 more each way. Last ones each way. And then once you're done, just sinking your bum back towards your heels into your child's pose, reaching those hands forward, placing one hand on top of the other. We're going to slide our hands towards our knees, thinking rounding through the spine. Then as we lift, arms to a T, look up towards the ceiling, arms out, arching through the spine, up and over with the arms as you dive back down into the pond. Beautiful. Slide the hands towards the knees, arms out to the side, look to the sky. Big butterfly up and over as you drop the hands close towards your knees and slide them forward. So we'll keep going here. Now you've got 2 options for this one. We can either keep our bum down on our heels the whole time, or we can lift up onto our knees. So as we drag the hands towards our knees, lifting up onto the knees, taking the arms out to a T, looking up towards the ceiling, big butterfly up and over, and dive back down into the pond. Beautiful, that's it. Let's keep going here. Another 3 or 4. Beautiful, that's it. Let's do 2 more. And last one. Once you've done your last one, sliding back down into your child's pose, bring the hands apart. Now from child's pose, we lift into angry cat, so we're rounding through the spine. We're going to come into cobra from here, dropping the waistband down, looking up to the sky. Come back through your angry cat, rounding through the spine, dropping the bum back down to the heels. Angry cat to lift, and down into cobra. Angry cat to lift, and into child's pose. So just continue here at your own pace. If you would like to focus on the breath, we inhale to lift into our angry cat. Exhale to drop into child's pose and cobra. Inhale to lift. Exhale to drop. Beautiful, that's it. Let's keep going here. It's finding your own rhythm. Finding that angry cat as you lift up, rounding through the spine. All right, we'll do 2 more, and then we're going to come into our cobra and hold. And next time you come forward, come all the way into your cobra, and just drop into your cobra, looking up towards the ceiling. Now we're going to look over the right shoulder and really allow your body to move here. And then back to center over the left shoulder. Let's just do a couple more on each time. So by allowing your body to move, you may even find that your legs start to rock side to side. Let's do 1 more each way, and then we'll come through our angry cat and back into our child's pose. Sinking right back down, reaching those hands forward. All right, we're going to get a bit into the shoulders and the back now. So all we're going to do is slide the hands forward, lifting the bum towards the ceiling. Let's allow the chest to drop down towards the mat, still reaching the fingertips as far forward as you can. So starting in child's pose, slide the hands forward, lifting the bum towards the sky, fingertips reaching towards the wall, dropping your chest down. Yeah, that's it. And we're just going to hold here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly sliding back into your child's pose, coming up onto your hands and knees. Okay, we're going to go into some thread the needle now. So we'll go for about 10 threads on each side, starting with the left arm up to the sky. Open through the chest, and then we rest the arm all the way down onto the mat. Let's feel that stretch into our left shoulder as we do so. Then lift back up, opening up through the chest, and thread the needle, resting the arm right down onto the mat. Beautiful. Keep going here. We'll go for about 5 more. Now on your last one, so we'll do 2 more. Your last one, we're just going to stay down. Right, so last thread, resting the arm right down onto the mat. Can really take that nice bend into your left elbow here as well. We're just sinking into that left shoulder, so sinking into that stretch. Now, if you're feeling like, oh, I'm not getting a whole lot of stretch here, think about your right shoulder dropping down towards the mat. That's just going to get you a little bit deeper into your stretch, or you can think about your chest becoming even with the ground. We'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lifting yourself back up. Nice work. Let's swap sides. So right hand lifts to the sky, open through the chest, thread the needle, rest the arm onto the ground. Lift and open, thread and rest. Beautiful. Let's keep going here. And 4 more. And then on our last one, we're going to do the same thing as we did on the other side. 2. Last one. Open and thread. Rest that arm down onto the mat. Take that nice bend into your left elbow. We're just sinking into our right shoulder. If you feel like you can get a little bit deeper into that stretch, let's think about our left shoulder dropping down towards the mat. Beautiful. We're just going to hold here. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lifting yourself back up, pushing back into your child's pose, reaching those hands as far forward as you can. All right, we're going to be lifting ourselves up and finding a pigeon pose. So to get there, tucking the toes, lifting the bum to the sky. Let's drop our right knee down in between our hands. Then drop the back knee, untuck the back toes. And from here, you can make any little adjustments that you need to. So whether you want to pull this front leg out on a little bit more of an angle, or slide the back leg back further by pushing the hands into the earth. And from here, preferred position, whether that's hands, forearms, forehead, or body onto the mat. So we're really wanting to get into that right hip, that right glute is where you should usually be feeling this one. Okay, so we're going to be holding for the next 60 seconds. Now this goes for any stretch that we do, especially when we do these extended holds. If it gets just too intense for you, that you feel like you need to come out of the stretch, just slowly come out of the stretch. And for this one, you can always just come off to the side and then slowly drop back into it. You're doing really well. We're going to keep holding here for another 20 seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands into the mat, lift your chest up. Tuck your back toes, bum to the sky, swapping legs. Drop that left knee down. Drop the back knee, untuck the back toes. Coming down into your preferred position and making any little adjustments or changes that you need to. And we're just going to sink down into this left hip now. So using your breath to sink that little bit deeper. So using the exhale to drop down. I'm just going to hold for another 20 seconds here. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pushing the hands into the mat. Tucking the back toes, we're going to lift the bum up to the sky. All right, now we're into our pike. Let's allow those heels to sink down towards the mat. Chest is pushing towards the legs. Okay, just keep allowing those heels to sink down. Use the breath, so use the exhale to allow them to drop. We're going to hold for 10 seconds here. And then we're going to be taking our right foot in between our hands. So when we get to this, you can do one big step. You could do a couple of steps to get there, whatever works for you tonight. For 3, 2, and 1, taking that right foot forward in between your hands. Even if you've got to drop the back knee to bring that foot there, just go for it. Because we are going to drop the back knee anyway now. So just drop that back knee, untuck the back toes. So we're sinking into a lunge here. All right, so sinking forward. Now, a couple of options to do with your hands. We can have our hands down to the mat. We can have them to the left of the foot. Or lift up, hands onto your thigh. You could always use something to help you balance here. Now, depending if you're on a bit of a harder surface, you may find popping a little pillow under that supporting knee can be really helpful. In fact, I'm going to do that in a moment. But what we're wanting to do is sink into this lunge. So we're getting into this left hip, front of the hip. Beautiful. Keep holding here. Now, if you would like to take it one step further and get a little bit deeper into these hip flexors, we're going to lift the left arm to the ceiling and then drop it over to the right. So up to the sky, then over to the right. Now, you can opt to hold this the whole time or just drop back into your lunge. Or do a bit of both. Beautiful. We've got 30 seconds to go here. Now, same as before when we were talking about the pigeon, if it gets too intense, you can always slowly come out of the stretch, slowly drop back down. That's it. 10 seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now bringing both hands to the ground, walking the hands back, we straighten out our right leg. I'm going to give you two options today here. So we want to point the toes up towards the ceiling. We can either stay with our bum up from our heel, rounded through the spine, trying to grab hold of those toes, or continue to walk your hands back and drop your bum onto your heel. Reaching forward. You can grab hold of those toes, but if not, just think about toes up towards the sky and then back towards your nose. Beautiful, that's it. We're going to just keep holding here. I think you're rounding through the spine, dropping your chest down towards your leg. 30 seconds to go. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to lift ourselves up, come back into our lunge, because we're going to find child's pose from this position. So, not child's pose, sorry, pike. Tuck the back toes, lift the bum to the sky, take your leg back, find your pike. Now from here, same as before, you can either take 1 or 2 big steps, or drop the knee down to get your left foot in between your hands. Now drop that back knee on top of the back toes. We're going to sink into that lunge again. Hand options. Hands can be either side of the foot, off to the right of the foot, or lifting up, placing your hands onto your thigh, dropping into your lunge. Beautiful, that's it. So we're into the front of the right hip now. If you would like to take it that one step further again, right hand up to the sky and drop it over to the left. And you should feel that get more into the front of the hips, but just slightly up through the spine. You may feel it a bit more through the front, but this is getting that muscle that connects the hips and up to the lower spine. I tell you what, this one feels so intense. I can't handle this one for a long period of time. All right, we're going to hold for another 30 seconds. Sinking into your hip. 10 seconds to go. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands come down to the ground. Walking the hands back. We straighten out through the left leg. You've got those 2 options. We can either stay in this position, leaving our bum up from our heel, or drop your bum down onto your heel. Reaching towards the toes, or toes to the sky, back towards your nose. Doing well. We're going to sit here and hold into this one for the next 40 seconds. Think rounding through the spine. Chest is dropping down towards that knee. Twenty seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lifting yourself back up. Bring the hands forward. Find that lunge position again. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee. Take that leg back into pike. Then gently drop the knees. Untuck the toes. Find your child's pose. Reaching those hands as far forward as you can. Dropping the bum down towards the heels. We're just going to hold for 15 seconds here. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming up, we're going to come over to a seated position so we can cross the legs, walk the hands back and flip over onto the bum, or however you like to get there is fine. We're going to come into spine stretch now. So legs come out wide here. We want to sit up nice and tall through the spine. We're going to place our hands down in front. Toes to the ceiling. We go forward with the hands, 3 pulses. Then sit back up tall. Chin to chest round. Forward 3. Sit back up tall. Beautiful, that's it. Now let's try and keep those toes pointing up towards the ceiling, so we're stretching through the back of the legs at the same time, and then sitting up tall as you come back. Go for about 5 more here. And 4. 3. 2. And last ones. 1, 2, 3. Back up tall. Now keeping these legs out wide, we're going to bend into our elbows and drop our forearms towards the ground. Okay? Now if you're going, Tegan, that is not going to happen. Forearms are not going to touch the ground. That's okay. It's the feeling of them dropping down. So bend into the elbows. So my elbows are pretty much touching my legs here, and then dropping the forearms down. Now, one other nice thing you might opt to do is just to grab a pillow, place the pillow under your forearms, and then press down into the pillow. But if you don't have a pillow nearby, just think about the elbows dropping towards the ground. Beautiful, that's it. Now let's lift those toes up towards the ceiling, because we might as well stretch through the legs at the same time. All right, we're going to hold for another 20 seconds here, doing really well. I know this one's not the most comfortable of stretches. Another 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Restack the spine, coming back up tall. Let's bring our legs back in together and just shuffle halfway down your mat so you've got room behind you to lay down. So you're going to drop all the way down onto the mat. Okay, from here, taking the left leg long, bring the right knee into the chest. We're going to bring our hands over the top of the leg and squeeze it into our chest. So right knee squeezing into your chest. That's it. Okay, so we're going to be dropping the right knee out to the right side. You can either hold with both hands or release the left hand, just holding with the right. Let's think about our left leg staying still here. So staying flush with the ground. We're not rolling off to the side. And we're just dropping this right knee out, opening up through the hips. Now, if you feel like you've just got that little bit more range here, and this is definitely dependent on the makeup of your hips, you may find you can pull this knee a little bit closer towards your chest, still having it out to the side. So if you've got that range, just take it that little bit further. It's one that really depends on where your hip sockets are. Some people have them quite centered. Some people have them a bit more off to the side. Okay, left hand to right knee. Pull the knee across the body, dropping it down, over. Now you can allow your left leg to roll here. Doesn't need to stay still anymore. And we're thinking about our right shoulder dropping down towards the mat. Right knee dropping down towards the mat. It's okay if neither of them touch or one of them touches and the other doesn't. It's just the feeling of them both dropping down towards the ground. So one little thing I like to do here, and you've probably seen me do this before, is I place my fingertips onto my shoulder and my fingertips onto my knee. And with the exhale, I just gently press down on them. It's literally barely any pressure, but I feel like it just helps get them down that little bit further and stay down. All right, now if you would like here, your gaze can either stay up to the ceiling or take it over the right shoulder. So we go for that full spine twist. We're going to hold for another 30 seconds. Keep using the breath. Use the exhale to allow the knee and the shoulder to drop towards the mat. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly rolling back over onto your back. Let's swap legs now. So we're going to bring the left knee into our chest, right leg goes long. So let's give that knee a good squeeze into the chest, and then we're going to drop it out to the left, so opening up through the hips. Again, you can hold with both knees or release the right hand and just hold with the left. Okay, if you can, squeeze that knee up a little bit closer towards your torso, so out to the side and up. Go for it. And in a moment, we're going to pull that knee across the body, just like we did on the other side. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right hand to left knee. Pull that knee over the body, finding your spine twist. Think about that knee dropping down towards the mat. Left shoulder dropping down towards the mat. So using your breath, using the exhale, let's try and create as much space from this left elbow through to the left knee as we can by dropping them down towards the mat. Your gaze can stay up to the ceiling or over the left shoulder. "30 seconds to go." And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly rolling back over onto your back. We're going to pull both knees into our chest now. So over onto the back. Pull both knees in. If you'd like to go for a little rock side to side, go for it. Just massaging out the lower back. You can even draw some little circles with the knees a few times in each direction. All right, we're going to place our feet onto the mat now. So knees up towards the sky, hands come down by your side. We're going to go through our rocking motion with our pelvis. So with a neutral spine, we can usually get our hand under our lower back. Let's push the light out so we can't get our hand underneath. Let the light in, push the light out. So it's that very small rock back and forth with the pelvis. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Push the back of the waistband down. Slowly peel your hips up towards the ceiling. Let's get these hips up as high as we can so we can stretch through the front of the hips up as high as we can. Then slowly drop your spine all the way back down onto the mat, pushing the back of the waistband down. Then let the light in. 2 more of those. Push the light out. Lift the hips. Slowly drop back down. All right, 1 more. Push the light out. Lift the hips up. slowly drop your spine all the way back down onto the mat, letting the light in. Walking the feet to either side of the mat. Drop your knees down to one side. Look over the opposite shoulder. Drop those knees down as low as you can. Then lift them to the sky. Back to the other side. Drop them down as low as you can. Looking over the opposite shoulder each time. We'll just keep alternating side to side here to our windscreen wipers. And we'll do 2 more each side. Last ones each side. And then we're going to lift the knees back up. We're going to work our way back up to a seated position. Now, if you're keen for a little massage out through the whole spine, I'd suggest going for a little rock forward and back a few times. So bringing the hands behind the knees, chin to chest, rocking up, rolling back, throwing the legs, just massaging out through the spine. And then we will come all the way back up to a seated position. And last one, coming all the way back up to a seated position. Beautiful. All right, from here, let's cross our legs. I'm going to go through our neck stretches, so our little neck series here. So what we'll start with is feet crossed, hands placed onto the knees. Now, if this position isn't comfortable for you for whatever reason, you could opt to take your legs long or even sit on a pillow. That can be really nice, a really nice option. All right, now you're welcome to close your eyes here. We're going to drop our chin to chest, take the head all the way back. Chin to chest, head all the way back. Chin to chest, head all the way back. One more of those. Coming all the way back up, drop your right ear to right shoulder. Then left ear to left shoulder. Right ear to right shoulder. Left ear to left shoulder. Whilst you're doing this, let's think about our shoulders dropping down away from our ears. Okay, coming all the way back up, drop your chin to chest. Head goes all the way to the right, all the way back, around to the left. Chin to chest, then reverse your circle to the left, all the way back, to the right, chin to chest, and reverse. Now we're going to do a couple more each way. Last ones each way. Beautiful. Once you're done, coming all the way back up, bringing your right hand over your left ear. So right hand over the left ear, pulling the head down to the right. Let's think about our left shoulder dropping away from the ear. So you can always place the hand or let the arm hang down towards the ground to help you drop that shoulder. We're going to slowly drop our chin down towards our chest, just staying off to the right. Once you've come down and you've found that natural stopping point, we're going to turn the head, look under the right armpit. slowly coming back the way we came, and then lifting back up. So let's swap sides. Left hand over the right ear, pulling the head down to the side. Allow this right shoulder to drop down away from your ear, slowly dropping your chin down towards your chest. Okay, once you found that natural stopping point, turn, look under the armpit. Then we slowly come back the way we came. Coming all the way back up. Releasing those arms down, little roll through the shoulders. We're going to place our hands onto our chest, one hand on top of the other, and we apply a really light amount of pressure here. We're going to take the head all the way back so we get this stretch down the front of the neck. Just holding here for the next 15 seconds. Okay, coming back up, we're going to reset. We're going to take the head all the way back and then take it off to the right. So head goes straight back, then off to the right. So you should feel that stretch down the left side of the neck. And if you haven't done this one before, which those that have done my classes before, we do this one all the time, is a really nice one to do if you're sitting at a desk all day. If you feel like you're kind of hunching over, this really helps to stretch out and open through the neck and the shoulders. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back up, reset. We take the head all the way back and then off to the left. So all the way back and then off to the left. Feeling that stretch down the right side of the neck. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Coming back up. Okay, we're going to bring our hands over to the side. We're going to flip over onto the hands and knees. So coming over onto the hands and knees, then tuck the toes, lift the bum up to the sky. You find your pike. Slowly walk the hands back towards the feet. We're going to restack the spine, coming all the way up. Nice and slow. Lift the arms up to the sky. Then butterfly the arms down, chin to chest round, dropping all the way back down. 2 more. And next time you come down, bring the hands right down towards the ground. If they don't touch the ground, that's okay. Just come down as low as you can. All right, we're going to bend into the knees and look straight forward. Then extend the legs, look back between the legs. Bend the knees, look forward. Straighten the legs, looking back between the legs. Bend, look forward. Straighten, extend. 3 more of those. Last one. Extending the legs long. We're going to swing our arms from left to right. Going for a little swing. If you want to take a little bend into the knees as you do this, go for it. Allowing the arms and head to become heavy. For 3. And 2. And last ones each way. Slowly restack the spine, coming back through center, all the way up. Lifting the arms to the ceiling, interlace the fingers, push the palms up to the sky, and we're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing the arms down by your side. Go for a big roll through those shoulders. And we're all done for the evening. Beautiful work, guys. I'm here if anyone wants to chat. But hopefully you're all as tired as I am now. I'm like ready for bed after those ones.